So we are back, and on today's video, we are talking about, we are doing a reaction to some comments that some people make about a post or a video that I made before. And it's certain comments that are very interesting. So we decided to talk about it, or just to comment about those comments. So we are commenting about the comments. So that is what we're doing tonight. And we're gonna do probably about how many?
I don't know. Maybe about
5, because probably the video is too long.
Right.
But we're gonna start with the first one. And let me read it. I'm gonna read this first one. And this one said, I'm gonna put it over here on the screen, that way you can see it. But video is okay, but you are trying to present VR important and nice, but really it is poor, dirty, with low life quality country. The only reason people from US, Canada, and Europe trying to move to DR is they think that the life is cheaper in DR. But once they realize that it's about the same as in home countries, they sure move back home. Because why would anyone to move in such a dirty place from civilized country with about a same living costs?
Man, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, it is a mouthful. Do you want to start?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I mean, it's your dirty country.
Oh, yeah, it's in my dirty country. Well, the only thing that I have to say about this one is that not every place is for everybody. If this dirty place is not for you, you are okay wherever you are from, whatever you are. That is all I have to say. I don't have to defend Dominican Republic, because some people that have visited over here, they know what it is. Some people know what it is. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, it's okay if you go back for wherever you come from. Every place is not for everybody. So I'm not gonna sit over here and talk or answer you back or anything. I mean, if it's not for you, if you're happy, you are good. If you go back to your home country.
Yeah, I agree. What I have to say is I don't really understand why people, sit at their computer or phone, whatever they're at, and waste their time typing comments like this. I just don't get it. If that's the way you feel about the place, then just don't come. I don't consider it a poor country. I do consider that there are areas in the country that are poor, and it may be more poor areas here than there are affluent areas. I just think that the whole comment is inaccurate, and I just don't understand why people just waste their time typing stuff like this. It says more about the person typing it than it does about the country. And like she said, hey, it ain't for everybody.
Yeah. Every place is not for everybody. So let's move on to the next one.
I'm gonna read this one.
Okay.
It's a shame to see a beautiful Dominican woman be with blacks. I have been with a nice amount of Dominican women, and I know they don't care much at all for black men or women. He is a black, she is not a Afro-Dominican, and she is beautiful, but made a terrible mistake going with this black. Watch and see, this marriage will not last. Give it some time and let's see. But goddamn, homie. It's been, 14 years? I don't know how much time we need, homie.
Yeah, I don't know for how long you have been watching watching my channel. Well, at the beginning, we didn't expose our relationship or how long we have been together, but for a while we have been saying, I always talk about my husband and the time that we have been together for about 14 years. So I don't know what else you have to wait. If it is something happen, I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with it. He is black, that I'm Dominican, because married.
Why you say it like him? He a black.
No, I mean, no, he's black. I didn't say he is black. He is black. But even if it's something happened after 14 years, ain't nothing that was wrong because he was black, I was Dominican, and that thing was gonna about to fall anyway. Because any marriage for any country, the same, how you call them? from the same race fell, all the time, even when they just get married right away, or even after a while, or after they have 50 years together. So anything can happen in any given moment. But that is no true for what he said, because we have been together for 15 years and we are still together and nothing is going on. So I don't know what he's waiting to see. So that is very inaccurate.
Right. You know, there's not really much I can say about this. I mean, I can't say he's totally inaccurate about what he's saying, you know, because she is beautiful and I am a black. So, but anything outside of that, you know, he's totally inaccurate. You know, he's sitting back on YouTube and, you know, with his hands inside his pants and, you know, admiring us from afar and looking at the relationship and just saying, hey, you know, probably wishing that he had a beautiful Dominican woman like this. And so he's over there, you know, wishing, praying for my downfall. And not really understanding our history, and that, you know, that we've been together, you know, over 10 years, man. So, I mean, how much time, my question to you is, how much time you gonna give me, homie? You know, how much time you gonna give me? You know, you gonna give me, I mean, we already, you know, we're over the 10-year mark. I mean, I'm basically at the 13-year mark. So, I mean, you gonna give me 5 more years, 10 more years? What you gonna give me, homie? You know? Clown ass. All right.
Okay, so let's go to the next question. Not the next question, or the next comment.
The people are pure evil, such scammers. I hate the Dominican Republic. Can't wait to leave this shithole. Cops are lazy to investigate. Everyone wants to scam. It's an island of shit, and I will never promote anyone moving there. Woo, boy, these people got issues. You want to go?
No, I'm gonna let you go first. I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
I don't really have nothing to say about this person
Me
here,
neither.
man.
I have nothing to say. The only thing that I can think of, like the previous one, every place is not for everybody. And it must be that something really happened, or everything didn't go as this person planned it or wanted it to go, or something really, really, really bad happening, or everything bad happening. I don't know. Who knows? And that is that person's opinion. There ain't nothing that I can do about somebody's opinion or experience.
Right. I mean, you know, it's hard to combat logic with ignorance. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to kind of respond to this person, to this ignorance is almost like just, you know, it's almost like a waste of time. The part that got me is he said he can't wait to leave the shithole. I mean, who holding you here, man? Somebody took your passport? I mean, get the hell out. You know, I just don't understand. Why are you here?
I mean, so you say you can wait, and you can wait. I mean, yeah, who is holding you down? I mean, you shouldn't wait at that moment that you realize that was a shithole, it wasn't for you.
Hell, I can't wait till you leave.
Okay.
You know what tripped me out when people talk about Dominican Republic and they talk so bad about it, like I'm leaving and can't wait to leave and I ain't never coming back. Listen, leave. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares. You know, that's not gonna stop anybody from doing what they do. These people gonna go on about their day. We still gonna be over here drinking their leyenda. We still gonna be doing what we do. Nobody cares. Leave. You don't have to tell nobody. You don't have to make an announcement before you leave. Pack your bags and let the doorknob hit you with a good Lord split you. That's that old Alabama Southern stuff right there, man.
Oh my God.
I wanted to say something else, but I thought that was appropriate.
No, that's good, because you already started.
Yeah.
You already started causing, so that's good enough.
Yeah.
No more. You don't need no more.
Sometimes stuff like that just is irritating. All right, so let's go to the next one. You read that
So
one.
you're gonna do this one. For some reason, you gave it that one to me. What does it say? Let's see. If you are white, oh my God. If you are white, I would recommend going to the Dominican Republic. I'm not saying don't go. I'm just saying unless you are rich and can afford a resort, this country is dangerous and hateful towards white people. But try it for yourself. Oh my God, this country can win. In one side, you have people saying that we hate black people because we don't believe that we're black.
Hold up, you got black people saying that the country hate black people.
Yeah, well,
and
yeah,
now
okay.
You got what?
Black people say that we hate black people because
Whatever
we hate
reason,
it,
yeah.
whatever reason they may think. And then now you have white people saying that we hate white people because they're white. So now it is, unless you're rich and can afford a resort. The moral of the story is that the DR can we can win. It's always something. We hate, well, guys, we hate everybody. We hate the white, we hate the black, we hate the white. What is gonna be next? We hate the Indians, we hate everybody.
Yeah. I ain't got nothing to say about that. That is, like she said, the DR just can't win. And I mean, what do you do about it?
So what I really don't understand is why we catch the attention for so many people, saying different. I mean, so many things. It must be that we are important. I was about to say something different, but I'd rather to put it that way. I don't know what we call this type of emotions in people, like emotions. I mean, so many emotions involved. But I just don't understand.
I mean, they sometimes act like a hateful ex-girlfriend or something.
They hateful ex-girlfriend from the Dominican Republic. Yeah, you are a hateful girlfriend from the Dominican Republic.
They act like they ex-girlfriends or something.
Yeah.
They just, I don't know, man. It's weird to me.
I don't know.
And I don't begrudge people for, feeling how they feel when they have certain experiences. I never take away somebody's experience, but some of the things that people be saying and making comments like this is just, I mean, a white person, come on, man, knock it off. I mean, you saying Dominicans don't like white people, come on, man, knock it off. That's ridiculous, So let's move on to the next one, man.
Next one.
This one here says, a guy who is interested in finding a Dominican woman should ask himself why he relocated to DR being broke. I was raised by my parents who taught me to take care of my woman and provide for her. I would never decide to relocate if I had to depend on a woman's income. I'm not a Boy Scout, I'm a man. Also ask yourself, why do you expect a Dominican woman to marry a guy who's absolutely financially unprepared for marriage? If she has to struggle, she could just as well marry a local guy and avoid all the adjustments she has to go through with a foreigner.
And you know what? I agree with that one. It is another comment over there about something is really the opposite of what this person says. So to me, he is very realistic. Because if you find a Dominican wife or a Dominican girlfriend, the only that they care about it is your money, or because you're a foreigner, because you're a gringo. But really, I put it on his perspective. Leia is not here to correct me, so I'm gonna say it again, my perspective. If you put it in his perspective, in his way, let's put it that way, put it in his way, why would anybody, not just a Dominican, anybody for a foreign country, let's say if I'm going to the US, or you're coming over here, or you're going to Colombia, or you're going to any other country, why? What is the exchange for you putting up with a foreign person, go through the language barrier, the differences in culture, the how you dress, how you eat, the food, and the family, and everything else for the same thing? So if I'm gonna go do bad and go through the same trouble that I will go through with a Dominican person, why I would do with a foreigner? I mean, why? Why anybody? As a US man also, if you're gonna get the same quality of female that you can find in your home country, wherever you are from, and if you're gonna get the same quality, the same everything that you already have in your country, why will go with all the trouble with a foreigner for the same thing? You will not do it. You will not go through to a language barrier. You will not go to adapting to a new culture, adapting a new habit of eating and everything else, if you're gonna get the same result with a female. I mean, for what? So it's the same thing. What is so different? So, oh, they just care about money. If you get this, get that. Of course, if they're gonna go with a foreigner or somebody from another country, I mean, you see something, you see the change, you want something new in your life, you want something different, you don't want any more because you don't want some of the same things that they already have here. If that wasn't the case, they wouldn't be changing, they would stay with the same thing here. Is that clear?
Yeah, you clear, man. You clear.
Okay.
Shit, you clear.
No, not you.
I agree with what he said. I agree with what he's saying because, I hear guys, say that all the time, even in comments, I see men say, they expect more from foreign men's or gringos or whatever they want to say than they do from their Dominican guys. And I understand what they're saying. I understand what they're trying to say, but it doesn't make sense to me. And a lot of these guys that be dropping these, be making these comments, they hear heard Kevin Samuels say this stuff and they just repeating it and don't even understand the reason or the logic that Kevin was putting behind the things that he was saying. I'm a big Kevin Samuels fan. But these guys just repeat stuff because it sounds good. Why does Dominican women expect more from a gringo than they do a Dominican guy? And that, to me, that doesn't make sense. My question is why would you want to give a woman the same type of lifestyle that a local that she's with is giving her? Why would you want to give her that same type of lifestyle? For me, if I'm going to be dealing with a woman, I'm going to want to give her the lifestyle, a better lifestyle, assuming that the one that she's with or the one that you're referring to is the guy that doesn't have much. So you can't expect much out of a person that doesn't have anything. But if you're coming over here and you're looking for a woman, you should be able to provide her a life. Why would you want her to continue to stay where she's staying, given that she may be staying, in the barrio? Why would you want her to stay over there? I think we all know that women are hypergamous. You know what I'm saying? By nature, they always want to level up. So I just don't understand why men make comments like that a woman should not expect. They should expect more when we as men, when we get in a relationship with women or when we see women, we have an expectation too. Maybe these people, when they make these comments, they just don't understand female nature. So, that's my answer to it.
I don't have nothing else to say. That is good enough. So let's move on to the next comment. Hello, Norberis. I like your viewpoint on the Dominican Republic women reasons they couldn't culture adapt to a foreign man's lifestyle or relationship criteria. Many Dominican women only know how to be a Dominican woman, and adapting to another culture value system is impossible. For most of them, I recommend you for sharing your relationship and living in the Dominican Republic at a much different perspective view. DR is not a third world country.
So about this comment, I'm looking at the line that says many Dominican women only know how to be a Dominican woman. What the hell does that mean? Assuming you a black man, all you know how to be is a black man. I'm looking at your picture. I don't understand that, and then, the part that he says adapting to other cultures' value systems. Go take anybody from any culture and put them over here and see how they adapt over here. Why you're highlighting the fact that a Dominican woman only knows how to be a Dominican woman and it's hard for her to adapt to other cultures. Man, it's hard for anybody to adapt to other cultures if they've been living a certain way all their life. That's ignorant, bro. It was hard for me to come over here to adapt to the culture based on all the things, the way I live, growing up in the U.S. It was hard for me to adapt. I think what made it easier for me is because I was coming over here for a long periods of time that I slowly but surely understood the culture. But if you just had to pick me up in 2008 2009 when I first came over here and just drop me in this country, I wouldn't even know how to even maneuver or adjust.
I mean, I agree with you when the one that said when he said the Dominican women just know how to be a woman. I mean, the Dominican women. Anybody from any culture just know how to be what they know how to be. So, but I mean, I think that the point that he's trying to make is when he said, many Dominican women only know how to be a Dominican woman, and adapting to another culture value system is impossible for most of them. So for me, adapting to another value system is what it is that you don't like her culture value system, and you're trying for her to change to another system, which is you can ask anybody. It's like I say, it's like telling you somebody your system, culture system is totally wrong. That is all bad. Just forget about that. And we're gonna get you a new chip, and you're gonna get this new value system because you need a new one. I mean, if that's what you're trying to do, I think it's certain from a culture that you can change because how people do things. Because as a Dominican, it's something in our culture. The people have some value that I don't like, and I don't agree with it. I don't follow the same thing. But you cannot try to change somebody for the value system completely. I mean, who gonna do that? I mean, I don't think anybody will do that because it's something that the people have that you can change. So to me, in that comment, you're trying to say that they can know how to be a Dominican, that they can change the value system. If that's what you're trying to do, that is why it's not working out for you, because I don't think nobody's gonna change completely the value system for somebody. If that's what you grow up, if somebody that born and grow up with the system.
Yeah, I mean, and I agree because what one culture values, the other culture doesn't. And the things that I value and the morals and principles that I stand on, they not the same as hers. Now they're not deal breakers because she don't like. When it comes to me, when it comes to like friends and all that type of stuff, my expectations of how people treat me and how I expect my friends to be are totally different the way she do. Me personally, I cut a person off in a minute and not even care. Because the way my value system is, the things that I value more in a person may not be the same thing she values in them. So that's just an example.
So, I mean, the value system is going to be different because it's different culture. I mean, you ain't going to a relationship with somebody trying to change that person completely. You have to adapt and see what things that you don't like from that person and say, okay, I don't like how you do that. Although you think that you can change things that you don't like, or there is a problem in the relationship. But if you go into a relationship trying to change her value system completely, that ain't going to work.
Yeah, you need to stay with your own culture if that's what you.
If that's what you like, if that's what you want, exactly somebody have the same value system, then I recommend that you should stay with somebody that have the same value that you have.
Right.
So let's go to the next one.
So this one says, this one video, did social media ruin this Caribbean paradise? So this person said, comment on the video, your perspective is spot on. Don't forget there are American, Dominicans, and others that come to the island and try to address racial issues, colorism, and all the other hot topics of the day. Basically, there are people coming to the country trying to apply a twisted U.S. value system, and we see this a lot. Most know Dominican culture is one thing that makes the DR so great. For example, people interviewing Dominicans asking them, what color are you? And the answer is Dominican. And of course, this is the most intelligent and wise answer, self-identified by culture and not by color. Then people flood the comments with ideas to try to help Dominican people. The DR is a great country and doesn't need oversight advice from other countries. But we're gonna continue to keep getting these silly videos and they won't stop. I accidentally stumbled upon one of these last night and the broadcaster was so excited about a part 2 coming soon. As an American with a Dominican wife in the country, we all just roll our eyes at this silly stuff.
You gonna start or you want me to say something?
Man, it sounds like I wrote that. I agree 100%. All these silly videos asking people what color they is and how Dominicans identify is the silliest shit I ever seen in my life.